Sometimes nature just doesn't seem to follow its own plan. Each living organism on this planet has been carefully crafted and perfected over the course of billions of years. But what happens when these organisms, or in the case of this video, these animals decide to defy nature and blend their genes with completely different kinds of animals to create something that nature didn't exactly plan for? Today, we'll be taking a look at the top 10 craziest hybrid animals you won't believe actually exist. Be sure to stick around until the end, because number 1 is surely going to blow your mind. Number 10. The Liger. The liger, as its name implies, is the combination you get when a male lion and a female tiger decide to mate. Surprisingly, ligers are usually larger and heavier than either parent of the species. They often grow to lengths of more than 10 feet and can weigh up to a whopping 2,000 pounds, or 907 kilograms, making them the largest of all known extant felines. Ligers are also capable of reaching speeds of 50 to 60 miles per hour while running, making them the second fastest felines in the world, behind only the cheetah. If you think you'll ever come across these magnificent cats while exploring the wild, think again. Ligers only occur in captivity, due to tigers being found in Asia and lions mainly being found in Africa. The two ever meeting face to face naturally just isn't realistic. Number 9. The Cama. The Cama is a hybrid animal created by crossbreeding a one-hump camel from Asia with a South American llama. Despite their clear differences in overall shape and size, the camel and llama are actually distant relatives and come from the same ancestor. Camas can reach about 5 feet in height at their shoulders and weigh anywhere from 180 to 1,000 pounds, or 82 to 554 kilograms. They are covered in a very soft fur that is slightly shorter than the fleece of a llama. Camas make sounds nearly identical to camels and usually live about 30 to 40 years. Like the liger, camas don't occur in the wild. The two animals used to create them are found on completely different continents and separated by miles of ocean, so natural crossbreeding is impossible. Number 8. The Belgian Super Cow. The Belgian Super Cow is known as somewhat of a mutant breed of cattle that dates all the way back to the 1800s. Belgian scientists and farmers decided they wanted to breed native cattle with shorthorn cattle. Over time, the breeders would select the biggest and strongest animals of each variety and breed them together, creating cattle that have a muscle yield of around 20% more on average than regular cattle. The reason why these cows are able to put on so much muscle is because through breeding they lost a certain protein that is responsible for regulating muscle growth. Sadly, Belgian super cows tend to fall victim to many health complications, and their calves are often born with severe birth defects. Number 7. Killer bees. These creatures were accidentally created by scientists who were trying to increase honey production. A European species of honeybees was brought over and introduced to South America, but because of the change in temperature, the bees wouldn't produce any honey. So, in an effort to rectify the problem, scientists then mixed the European honeybee with African bees. Everything seemed to be going according to plan, until the scientists noticed that the resulting bees developed some extreme colony defense instincts. Unlike other bee species, when a killer beehive is disturbed, the whole entire colony attacks whatever or whoever is unlucky to be close enough, regardless of whether or not it was what was actually disturbing the hive. At least 400 people every year across the world lose their lives as a result of killer bee attacks, and that number keeps rising as the years go by. Number 6. The Alligator snapping turtle. The alligator snapping turtle is a species of turtle in the family Chelydridae, native to freshwater habitats in the United States. With its spiked shell, beak-like jaws, and thick scaled tail, this species is often referred to as the dinosaur of the turtle world. Alligator snapping turtles usually live to be 50 to 100 years old. Males average 26 inches in shell length and weigh about 175 pounds, although they have been known to exceed 220 pounds. The much smaller females top out at around 50 pounds. Adult alligator snappers have no natural predators other than humans, who capture them for their meat and shells, and to sell them in the exotic animal trade. A severe reduction in population due to unregulated harvesting and habitat loss has led states to protect them throughout most of their range, and they are listed as a threatened species. Most people think, due to their name, they are a cross between a snapping turtle and alligator. But these turtles look to be more of a cross between snapping turtles and dinosaurs than anything else. Number 5. The Seethrough Frog. In 2016, Japanese scientists succeeded in creating the world's first frog with translucent skin. They crossed two kinds of recessive color mutant, black-eye and gray-eyed, frogs through artificial breeding, and F2 offspring produced frogs whose skin is translucent throughout the life cycle. The translucent skin enables observation of organ growth and cancer formation, and progression in the animal, which can be monitored over its entire life without the need for dissection. See-through frogs thus provide a useful animal model for environmental, medical, and biological research. The dissection of frogs is an issue that many animal lovers and advocates had a problem with. Now, with this solution, the organs, as well as living habits of the frogs can be observed with absolutely zero harm being necessary to the animals. Definitely a win-win situation for everyone. Number 4. The EnviroPig. You've probably heard many environmental advocates complain about how bad animal waste is for the environment, and that's precisely why the EnviroPig project was started. The genetically engineered pig was recently approved for limited production in Canada. The big kick is that it makes urine and feces contain up to 65% less phosphorus. That could be good news for lakes, rivers, and ocean deltas, where phosphorus from animal waste can play a role in causing algal blooms. These outbursts of algae rapidly deplete the water's oxygen, creating vast dead zones for fish and other aquatic life. The new biotech pig could take years to pass US and Canadian tests for commercial use and human consumption. Most people in opposition to this question the safety of consuming products derived from genetically modified animals, stating that not enough research and testing has taken place to ensure the safety of humanity. Even still, it's crazy to see how far modern science has come compared to just a few short decades ago. Number 3. Gen pets. They looked like small, bald-skinned, and ugly humanoids, and were intended to be displayed as living but dormant bioengineered creatures for purchase as pets. There was a base model that lived for approximately 1 year, and another high-end model that lived for approximately 3 years. Due to the realistic-looking packaging, many people thought that these creatures were indeed real living organisms, shoved into plastic packaging and put on store shelves in an effort to be sold as pets. There were even people going as far as creating petitions and organizing protests that demanded the production and selling of gen pets be stopped immediately. While the concept does sound a bit interesting at best, many of us out there are probably very happy that these little bald humanoids aren't going around everywhere causing all sorts of havoc wherever they go. Number 2. The human-dog hybrid. Israeli scientists allegedly came across what appears to be a trans species between a Labrador retriever and a human. While genetically considered impossible, human workers found remains of an earlier trans species, believed to be the parent of an animal discovered. An image of the human-dog hybrid flooded inboxes around the world, accompanied by messages, some satirical, others clearly serious, often suggesting that the image is a horrific warning of the consequences of genetic manipulation. Of course, this hybrid doesn't exist. It's not an actual animal, but instead a sculpture by artist Patricia Piccini from her 2003 exhibition, We Are Family. It's not clear how many people were actually fooled by the photograph. It's likely that many simply forwarded the image, or a link to the image, to friends as time-killing curiosity instead of a dire warning. The Snopes Urban Legend website debunked this photograph back in 2007, though the human pig-dog photo has a life of its own, and will likely continue to be resurrected from time to time, either accidentally or intentionally as a hoax. Before we get into the number 1 entry on the list, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you never miss an upload. Doing so may or may not result in having 10 years of insanely good luck. Don't fact check me on that though. Alright, time for number 1. Number 1. The Zorse. The Zorse is the result of breeding a male zebra with a female horse. Zorses have a wild animal instinct. After all, they are part zebra. Because of this, they are often harder to train than a typical horse, and have a strong temperament, and may even be aggressive. They come in a variety of different hair lengths, colors, and patterns. There are endless combinations in which the hair of a Zorse can be manipulated. They also possess nearly 360-degree vision, with their only blind spot being very small and located where their noses are. Unlike most other hybrid animals, Zorses see virtually no downsides and face no health complications due to them being hybrids. In fact, the zebra part of the Zorse gives it high resistance to certain pests and diseases. They are also more muscular and live longer than your regular average zebra or horse, with Zorses typically living for about 30 years or more. While the Zorse isn't the most shocking or exciting animal hybrid, it certainly deserves to be number 1 on the list because it gets the best traits out of both animals that were combined to make it. Personally, I'd choose to get the best of both worlds, over being flashy or exciting. Which animal hybrid was your favorite one on the list? Let us know down below in the comments section. And as always, thank you for watching, and be sure to tap one of the videos on screen for more amazing content. And be sure to look out for our next big top 10 video. But until then, bye-bye and have a great day.